What if I told you that the universe could be infinite and still have an edge? Not only is this possible, but it could change how you see reality forever. Picture this. You're standing at the shore of an endless ocean, watching waves that stretch beyond the horizon. The water goes on forever, yet somehow you're standing at its very edge. And this isn't just poetry, this is the hidden truth about our universe that scientists have been quietly unraveling for decades. But here's the twist. When astronomers first discovered this cosmic paradox, many refused to believe it. Some tried to hide the implications, others spent their entire careers trying to prove it wrong. Yet the evidence kept mounting like gentle waves washing against an infinite shore. Tonight, over the next 3 hours, you'll drift into peaceful sleep while uncovering the hidden truths of this cosmic mystery. This isn't just science, it's your story written across the fabric of space and time itself. Every atom in your body was forged in the heart of a star. Every breath you take connects you to this infinite dance of existence. So settle into your most comfortable position. Let your breathing slow and deepen. If you love journeys like this video, subscribe, and comment your country and what time you're listening. Together, we'll explore how something can be both endless and bounded, how infinity can have edges, and how this beautiful paradox might hold the key to understanding everything. As we begin, imagine yourself floating gently through space, surrounded by the soft glow of distant galaxies, ready to discover truths that will shift your perspective on existence itself. Our journey begins not in the vast emptiness of space, but in a small observatory in California, where astronomer Edwin Hubble first glimpsed something that shouldn't have been possible. The year was 1929 and the night sky was unusually clear. Hubble was studying distant galaxies through the most powerful telescope of his time, measuring their light with instruments that could detect the faintest cosmic whispers. What he discovered that night would forever change how we understand the nature of reality itself. Every galaxy he observed was moving away from us, not just a few scattered ones, but every single distant galaxy in every direction. It was as if the entire universe was expanding, stretching like a balloon being slowly inflated. But this raised a profound question that kept Hubble awake for months. If everything is moving away from everything else, where is the center? Where did this expansion begin? Imagine you're floating in a vast, dark ocean. Suddenly you realize that every drop of water around you is moving away from every other drop. The ocean is growing larger, but there's no single point from which this growth originates. This was the mind-bending reality Hubble had stumbled upon. The shocking truth he discovered was this. The universe has no center, yet it has boundaries. It's infinite in the sense that you could travel forever without hitting a wall, yet finite in the sense that it began at a specific moment and contains a limited amount of matter and energy. Think of it like this. Imagine an endless sheet of paper that someone began stretching from every point simultaneously. The paper has no edges you can reach, no center you can find, yet it clearly has boundaries in time. It began stretching at a specific moment, and that stretching defines its limits. As you drift deeper into relaxation, picture yourself floating through this expanding cosmic ocean. You're surrounded by galaxies that sparkle like bioluminescent creatures in the depths, each one slowly drifting away from you and from each other. The space between them grows larger with each passing moment, creating more room for wonder, more space for mystery. This expansion isn't violent or chaotic. It's gentle, measured, like a cosmic breath that has been exhaling for nearly 14 billion years, and remarkably, this breath carries within it the solution to our paradox of infinite edges. But Hubble's discovery was just the beginning. The real mystery lay in what this expansion meant for the nature of space itself. As the implications of Hubble's discovery sank in, scientists around the world began to realize they were dealing with something far stranger than anyone had imagined. The universe wasn't just expanding, space itself was growing. To understand this revelation, imagine you're an ant walking on the surface of a balloon. As someone slowly inflates the balloon, you might notice that everything around you is getting farther away. Other ants, specks of dust, tiny markings on the balloon's surface, all spreading apart, not because they're moving through space, but because the space they're on is expanding. This was the first great revelation that changed science forever. Space is not a fixed stage on which cosmic events play out. Space itself is dynamic, alive, growing larger with each passing moment. But here's where the mystery deepens, and where our bedtime journey takes an even more soothing turn. If space is expanding, what is it expanding into? Picture yourself floating in a cosmic meditation, surrounded by the gentle expansion of reality itself. The answer, whispered by the equations of Einstein's relativity, is both simple and profound. Space doesn't expand into anything. There is no outside for it to expand into. The expansion creates its own room to grow. This is like trying to imagine the surface of that balloon without thinking about the balloon itself, without considering the air inside or the room it occupies. The surface is all there is. It curves back on itself, has no edges you can reach, yet has a finite area that grows larger with time. Our universe might be similar. It could curve back on itself in dimensions we cannot directly perceive. You could travel in a straight line forever and eventually return to where you started, like an ant walking around the balloon's surface. The journey would be infinite in the sense that you never hit a wall or boundary, yet finite because the total space has a measurable size. As you sink deeper into comfort, imagine this cosmic balloon gently expanding around you. The expansion is so gradual, so smooth, that it feels like floating on a calm sea that grows larger and deeper with each wave. Stars and galaxies drift apart like distant islands, connected by invisible currents of space-time that stretch and flow with ancient rhythms. This revelation transformed our understanding of what it means to be infinite. Infinity, it turns out, comes in different sizes and shapes. Some infinities have edges. Some edges contain infinities. But the scientists of Hubble's time were about to discover something even more extraordinary. 20 years after Hubble's discovery, scientists thought they understood the expanding universe. They assumed this expansion must be slowing down, like a ball thrown into the air that gradually loses speed and eventually falls back to Earth. The reasoning seemed sound. Gravity should be pulling everything back together, fighting against the initial expansion, gradually bringing the cosmic balloon to a stop and perhaps even causing it to contract. But in the 1990s, two teams of astronomers made observations that shattered this comfortable assumption. They were studying distant exploding stars, cosmic lighthouses called supernovas, measuring how fast the universe was expanding billions of years ago compared to today. What they found was impossible according to everything science thought it knew. The expansion wasn't slowing down, it was speeding up. Imagine you throw a ball into the air, and instead of falling back down, it begins to accelerate away from you, moving faster and faster until it disappears into the distance. This is what the universe is doing. Every second that passes, space expands a little bit faster than the second before. Something invisible, something that doesn't interact with matter or light in any way we can detect, is pushing the universe apart with ever-increasing force. Scientists call this mysterious influence dark energy, and it makes up about 68% of everything that exists. Let this revelation wash over you like a gentle tide. The universe is not just expanding, it's accelerating its expansion, driven by an invisible force that permeates every cubic centimeter of space. As you relax deeper, picture yourself floating in this ocean of dark energy, feeling its gentle, persistent push that gradually stretches the fabric of reality itself. This discovery added a new layer to our infinite edge paradox. Not only could the universe be infinite yet bounded, But those boundaries were racing away from us at an accelerating pace. Think of it like this. Imagine you're swimming in a vast lake and the lake is growing larger around you so quickly that distant shores are moving away faster than you could ever swim toward them. There are edges to this lake, regions beyond your reach. Yet the lake itself could still stretch on infinitely in all directions. This is the nature of our cosmic home. We live inside what scientists call the observable universe, a sphere about 93 billion light-years across that represents the furthest distance from which light has had time to reach us since the universe began. Beyond this sphere lies more universe, possibly infinite in extent, but forever hidden from our view because its light hasn't had time to cross the vast distances to reach our eyes. The edge of our observable universe isn't a wall or barrier, it's a horizon, like the horizon you see when standing on the ocean. Beyond that line lies more ocean, more sky, more mystery. As time passes, this cosmic horizon expands, revealing new regions of space that were previously hidden. But the acceleration of expansion means that distant regions are moving away from us so quickly that even light cannot bridge the growing gap. Some galaxies we can see today will eventually disappear from view, not because they cease to exist, but because the space between us and them grows faster than light can travel across it. As you drift into deeper relaxation, contemplate this beautiful paradox. We live in an infinite universe that has edges that are constantly moving, constantly revealing new mysteries, while hiding others in the accelerating darkness of cosmic expansion. Now, as we've explored these cosmic mysteries together, you might wonder what any of this has to do with you, lying peacefully in your bed, breathing slowly as you drift towards sleep. The connection is more profound and intimate than you might imagine. Every atom in your body was forged in the nuclear furnace of a star that lived and died billions of years ago. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen you breathe, all were created in stellar cores that burned for millions of years before exploding in magnificent supernovas, scattering their contents across space. These atoms have traveled vast distances across the expanding universe to eventually come together in the remarkable arrangement that is you. They've witnessed the cosmic acceleration, felt the gentle tug of dark energy, experienced the stretching of space itself. In a very real sense, you are made of the universe, and the universe is experiencing itself through you. When you contemplate the mystery of infinite edges, you're not separate from that mystery. You're part of it, woven into its very fabric. Consider this as you settle into deeper comfort. Your existence is intimately connected to the expansion of space. If the universe had expanded slightly faster in its early moments, matter would have spread too thin for stars to form, and the atoms in your body would never have been created. If it had expanded slightly slower, everything would have collapsed back into a cosmic singularity long before planets could form. The rate of expansion, the balance between expansion and gravity, the mysterious influence of dark energy, all had to be precisely tuned for you to exist. You are not an accident or an afterthought in this cosmic story. You are an essential part of its unfolding. As you breathe slowly and deeply, imagine each breath connecting you to this vast expanding tapestry. The oxygen molecules entering your lungs have journeyed across light years of space. They've been part of distant nebulae, ancient atmospheres of long-dead worlds, the exhalations of countless other living beings throughout cosmic history. Your heartbeat echoes the rhythm of the universe itself, pulsing with the same fundamental forces that drive galactic rotation and cosmic expansion. The electrical signals in your brain follow the same laws that govern the formation of stars and the dance of particles in the quantum realm. This connection reveals another layer of our infinite edge paradox. Just as the universe can be both infinite and bounded, you are both finite and infinite. Your physical form occupies a small region of space and will exist for a limited time. yet you're composed of matter and energy that are eternal, that will continue existing in new forms long after your current arrangement dissolves back into the cosmic dance. The boundaries of your existence are like the edge of the observable universe, not walls, but horizons. Beyond the horizon of your direct experience lies an infinite mystery, forever connected to who you are, yet forever beyond your complete understanding. As you continue to relax, feel yourself expanding with the universe, your consciousness gently stretching to encompass these vast scales of space and time. You are the universe dreaming about itself, contemplating its own infinite nature through the temporary arrangement of atoms that experiences itself as you. Remember our opening image of standing at the shore of an endless ocean. Now, after our journey through cosmic expansion and dark energy, that metaphor takes on deeper meaning. You're not just standing at any shore, you're standing at the edge of space-time itself. The ocean before you represents the observable universe, that sphere of space from which light has had time to reach us. It stretches about 46.5 billion light-years in every direction, encompassing roughly 2 trillion galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars. But here's the beautiful mystery that brings us back to our central question. This ocean might indeed be infinite, stretching beyond every horizon, containing endless worlds and wonders we will never see. Yet you're still standing at its edge, at the boundary of what can be known and observed. This edge isn't fixed. It moves with you through time. Every second that passes, the observable universe grows larger by 1 light second in all directions as new light reaches us from previously hidden regions. It's as if the shoreline where you're standing is constantly advancing into the infinite ocean, revealing new treasures that wash up on the expanding beach of human knowledge. Imagine walking along this cosmic shore as it grows beneath your feet. Each step you take represents years of human observation and discovery. Behind you stretches the solid ground of what we've learned, the mapped territory of scientific understanding. Before you lies the advancing edge where new mysteries emerge from the infinite depths. As you sink into deeper relaxation, picture yourself as a cosmic beachcomber, collecting the treasures that wash up at this moving edge. Each discovery, from Hubble's expanding galaxies to the acceleration driven by dark energy, represents a gift from the infinite ocean, a glimpse of the vast mystery that surrounds our small island of understanding. But the most remarkable treasure you've found on this shore is the realization that infinity comes in many forms. The ocean can be endless, yet still have an edge where it meets your experience. Space can curve back on itself, making finite volumes that contain infinite possibilities. Consider the surface of a sphere, like our balloon analogy from earlier. An ant walking on this surface could travel forever without reaching a boundary, yet the total surface area remains finite. Now imagine that this sphere is expanding, its surface area growing larger with each passing moment, while the ant continues its infinite journey on a finite yet growing surface. This is one way to visualize our universe, a 3-dimensional surface plus time that curves through higher dimensions we cannot directly perceive. You could travel in any direction forever, yet the total volume of space might be finite, measurable, bounded by the curvature of space-time itself. As you drift deeper into peaceful sleep, let your mind expand to encompass this paradox. You exist on the surface of a 4-dimensional sphere that's expanding into dimensions beyond your direct perception. Your journey through life is like the ant's walk, potentially infinite in scope, yet taking place within a beautifully bounded cosmic structure. The edge you're contemplating isn't a barrier or limitation, it's a horizon of possibility, a boundary that defines and gives meaning to the infinite expanse beyond. As our cosmic journey continues and you settle even deeper into comfort, we encounter the most impossible phenomenon in the entire universe, the fact that anything exists at all. Think about this for a moment as you breathe slowly and peacefully. Why is there something rather than nothing? Why does the universe exist instead of just empty void? This question, which has puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries, connects directly to our exploration of infinite edges. The answer lies in understanding that nothingness, true nothingness, might actually be impossible. Even the emptiest regions of space bubble with quantum activity. Virtual particles pop into existence and disappear again in timescales so brief they barely qualify as real, yet their effects ripple through the fabric of reality. This quantum foam, as scientists call it, suggests that true emptiness cannot exist. The vacuum of space is not empty but full of potential, pregnant with possibility. It's like a perfectly still ocean that nonetheless churns with invisible currents and hidden depths. Picture yourself floating in this quantum ocean as you drift towards sleep. Below you, beneath the surface of what appears to be empty space, entire universes of possibility bubble and dance. Some physicists believe our entire cosmos emerged from such a quantum fluctuation, a bubble of space-time that inflated into the vast expanse we observe today. This brings us to perhaps the most beautiful aspect of our infinite edge paradox. The boundary between existence and non-existence might be the most fluid and mysterious edge of all. Consider the moment of the Big Bang, not as an explosion in space, but as the sudden appearance of space itself. Before this moment, the concepts of space and time had no meaning. There was no where for an explosion to occur, no when to mark its beginning. The Big Bang was the creation of space-time itself, the emergence of the stage on which all cosmic events would play out. But what lies beyond this temporal edge? What existed before the Big Bang? These questions push language and logic to their limits because they assume the existence of concepts like beyond and before. In a context where space and time have no meaning, some cosmologists propose that our universe exists within a vast multiverse, an infinite collection of cosmic bubbles, each with its own laws of physics, its own patterns of expansion and evolution. In this view, our Big Bang was just one of countless such events constantly occurring throughout a higher dimensional space we cannot perceive. Imagine an infinite ocean where bubbles constantly form and grow, each bubble representing a universe like our own. Some bubbles might expand forever, others might collapse back on themselves. Some might develop stars and galaxies and life, others might remain forever empty and dark. If this multiverse exists, then our universe's edge, the boundary of our cosmic bubble, interfaces with a vast sea of other realities, other possibilities, other ways that existence might unfold. As you continue to relax, let your consciousness expand to encompass this possibility. You exist not just within an expanding universe, but within a bubble of space-time floating in an infinite ocean of potential realities. The edge of your cosmic home isn't a wall, but a membrane, a boundary that separates your reality from countless other possible worlds. This vision transforms our understanding of what it means to be at an edge. You're not at the border of everything that exists, but at the boundary between one expression of existence and the infinite field of all possible expressions. We've reached the emotional heart of our cosmic journey, and as you rest in deeper comfort, it's time to contemplate the most profound truth of all. The universe is alive with secrets that whisper to us across the vast expanses of space and time. Every photon of light that reaches your eyes carries information from the edge of the observable universe, stories written in the language of electromagnetic radiation about events that occurred billions of years ago. When you look up at the night sky, you're not seeing the universe as it is, but as it was, a vast museum of cosmic history where every star represents a moment frozen in time. The light from the most distant galaxies we can observe left its source when the universe was young, when the first stars were being born, in the primordial darkness. This ancient light has been traveling toward you across expanding space for most of cosmic history, carrying within it the secrets of creation itself. But here's the emotionally powerful realization that connects to our theme of infinite edges. You are both observer and participant in this cosmic story. You're not separate from the universe looking in from outside. You are the universe experiencing itself, contemplating its own infinite nature through the temporary arrangement of matter and energy that experiences itself as you. As you breathe slowly and peacefully, consider that your consciousness represents one of the universe's ways of understanding itself. Through your wonder at cosmic mysteries, through your contemplation of infinite spaces and expanding edges, the universe is literally waking up to its own existence. This awakening is happening not just through you, but potentially through countless other forms of awareness scattered across the cosmic expanse. On worlds orbiting distant stars, other conscious beings might be gazing into their night skies, asking the same questions about infinity and edges, experiencing the same sense of wonder and mystery that fills your peaceful moments now. The edge of the observable universe isn't just a boundary of space and time, it's a horizon of consciousness, the limit of how far awareness can extend through direct observation. But consciousness, like the universe itself, might extend infinitely beyond the edges of what any individual mind can observe. Picture a vast network of awareness spreading across the cosmos, points of light representing conscious beings throughout space and time, all connected by their shared wonder at the mystery of existence. You are one node in this network, your peaceful contemplation in this moment contributing to the universe's growing understanding of itself. This vision reveals another beautiful paradox. Consciousness might be both infinitely distributed throughout the cosmos and focused at specific points like you. The universe experiences itself both as a unified whole and as countless individual perspectives, each contributing unique insights to the cosmic conversation about what it means to exist. As you drift deeper into tranquil sleep, imagine your consciousness gently expanding to merge with this vast network of awareness. Your individual perspective doesn't disappear, but becomes part of something larger, like a drop of water returning to the ocean while retaining its essential nature. The secrets the universe whispers aren't just about physics and cosmology, they're about the nature of awareness itself, about how matter and energy can organize themselves into patterns capable of wonder, curiosity, and love. You are one of those patterns, a temporary but profound expression of the universe's capacity for self-awareness. In contemplating the edges of infinity, you're participating in the universe's ongoing project of understanding its own nature, contributing your unique perspective to a conversation that echoes across cosmic distances and vast stretches of time. As we transition into the gentler, more reflective portion of our journey, let your breathing become even deeper and more rhythmic. We've explored the vast scales of cosmic expansion and touched the edges of infinity. Now it's time to allow these profound concepts to settle into your consciousness like sediment slowly drifting to the bottom of a peaceful lake. The universe we've been exploring, with its infinite possibilities and mysterious edges, mirrors the landscape of your own inner experience. Just as space expands and creates room for new galaxies to form, your understanding expands to accommodate new ways of seeing reality. Think about how your perspective has shifted during our journey together. When we began, the idea of something being both infinite and bounded might have seemed impossible, paradoxical. But gradually, through cosmic metaphors and gentle exploration, your mind has expanded to hold this apparent contradiction with comfort and grace. This is how all deep learning occurs, not through force or struggle, but through a gradual opening that allows new possibilities to take root in the fertile soil of curiosity and wonder. Your consciousness, like the universe itself, has infinite capacity for growth and understanding. As you rest in deeper comfort, consider how this process of expansion reflects the cosmic story we've been exploring. Just as the universe began as an infinitesimally small point and expanded to encompass everything we can observe, your understanding began with simple questions and has expanded to embrace profound mysteries. The edge of your current understanding isn't a limitation, but a horizon, constantly moving as you grow and learn, revealing new territories of knowledge and wisdom. Like the observable universe, your sphere of comprehension grows larger with time, encompassing ever more sophisticated concepts and deeper truths. But unlike the cosmic horizon, which is ultimately limited by the speed of light and the age of the universe, the horizon of consciousness may have no ultimate boundary. Your capacity for understanding, wonder, and love might be truly infinite, expanding not through space but through the dimensional depths of awareness itself. Imagine your consciousness as a sphere of gentle light expanding through the darkness of the unknown. As it grows, it illuminates new regions of possibility, revealing connections and patterns that were always there but remained hidden until the light of your attention reached them. This expansion isn't effortful or forced. Like the cosmic expansion itself, it happens naturally, driven by the fundamental nature of consciousness to grow, explore, and understand. As you rest peacefully, this expansion continues even in sleep, your dreaming mind making new connections, integrating the cosmic truths we've explored together. The infinite universe with its mysterious edges becomes a metaphor for your own infinite potential, bounded only by the edges of current understanding, edges that move and shift with each new insight, each moment of wonder, each peaceful reflection on the nature of existence. In this gentle space between waking and sleeping, you embody the same paradox we've been exploring all evening. You are finite in form yet infinite in potential, bounded by physical limits, yet unlimited in your capacity to contemplate and connect with the vast mysteries of existence. Let this realization wash over you like a warm cosmic tide, carrying away any sense of separation between yourself and the infinite ocean of being that surrounds and includes you. In the gentle rhythm of your breathing and the soft darkness behind your closed eyes, we turn our attention to the subtle forces that shape reality, the quiet influences that work behind the scenes of cosmic drama. We've spoken of dark energy, that mysterious force driving the acceleration of cosmic expansion. But as you settle deeper into tranquility, consider how this relates to the hidden forces within your own experience, the subtle influences that guide your thoughts, dreams, and moments of peaceful contemplation. Just as dark energy permeates every cubic centimeter of space, yet remains invisible to direct observation, there are gentle forces within consciousness that shape your inner landscape while remaining largely unnoticed. The quiet wisdom that emerges during meditation, the insights that arise during peaceful reflection, the sense of connection that flows between you and the cosmic mystery we've been exploring. These forces don't announce themselves with fanfare. They work through attraction and resonance, drawing your attention toward truth and beauty, creating space for wonder and understanding to grow. Like dark energies stretching the fabric of space-time, these inner forces stretch the boundaries of what you thought possible, creating room for new realizations to emerge. As you breathe slowly and deeply, imagine these subtle forces as gentle currents flowing through the ocean of consciousness, invisible streams of wisdom and love that connect all minds across space and time. You're not separate from these forces. You are one of the ways they express themselves, one of the patterns through which the universe experiences its own infinite nature. Consider how the most profound changes in your life have often come not through dramatic events, but through subtle shifts in perspective, gentle realizations that gradually transform how you see yourself and your world. These quiet revelations mirror the way cosmic evolution unfolds, not through sudden catastrophes, but through the patient accumulation of small changes over vast periods of time. The formation of a galaxy takes hundreds of millions of years. Stars are born through the slow collapse of gas clouds over millions of years, and life on Earth evolved through countless small adaptations over billions of years. The universe prefers gentle transformation to violent change, patient growth to sudden disruption. This cosmic preference for gradual nurturing change reflects a deep truth about the nature of existence itself. Reality is not built through force or conflict, but through cooperation, resonance, and the subtle interplay of forces that support and sustain rather than dominate and destroy. As you drift deeper into peaceful rest, align yourself with these gentle cosmic rhythms. Let your thoughts slow to match the patient rotation of galaxies. Let your breathing deepen to echo the slow expansion of space itself. Let your heart rate synchronize with the ancient pulse of stellar formation and cosmic evolution. The hidden forces we've explored, from the mysterious dark energy that drives cosmic acceleration to the subtle currents of consciousness that guide inner growth, all share this quality of gentle persistence. They work not by forcing change, but by creating the conditions where natural transformation can unfold. Your peaceful contemplation of infinite edges participates in this cosmic process. By opening your mind to paradox and mystery, you create space for new understanding to emerge. By resting in wonder rather than demanding answers, you align with the patient rhythm through which the universe reveals its secrets. As you rest in the deepening stillness of approaching sleep, we turn our attention to the great cycles that weave through all of existence, from the quantum realm to the cosmic scale, patterns that connect your gentle breathing to the rhythm of galactic rotation. At the smallest scales we can observe, particles dance in endless cycles of creation and annihilation. Virtual particles borrow energy from the quantum vacuum, briefly spark into existence, then return their borrowed energy as they fade back into possibility. This dance never stops, even in the emptiest regions of space, creating a constant background hum of quantum activity. Your own body participates in countless cycles within cycles. The oxygen you're breathing slowly and peacefully was exhaled by plants during photosynthesis, which captured it from carbon dioxide released by other living beings. Each breath connects you to the great respiratory rhythm of the entire biosphere, the slow breathing of forests and oceans that has continued for billions of years. The water in your cells has fallen as rain and flowed through rivers, has been part of clouds and glaciers, has existed in the bodies of countless other living beings throughout the history of life on Earth. You are a temporary pattern in these ancient cycles, a brief eddy in the flowing streams of matter and energy that connect all existence. At larger scales, the Earth itself breathes through cycles of climate change, ice ages coming and going with periods measured in tens of thousands of years. The continents drift slowly across the planet's surface, participating in cycles of formation and destruction that span hundreds of millions of years. Our sun burns through cycles of magnetic activity, its surface erupting in storms that follow an 11-year rhythm. The solar system orbits the center of our galaxy in a cycle lasting about 225 million years, while the galaxy itself rotates through cycles that span hundreds of millions of years. As you settle into even deeper peace, imagine yourself connected to all these cycles simultaneously, your consciousness expanding to feel the rhythm of quantum fluctuations, the beat of your heart, the turning of the planet, the orbit of the solar system, and the slow rotation of the galaxy itself. This is where the mystery of infinite edges reveals another layer of meaning. Each cycle is complete in itself, yet nested within larger cycles that extend toward infinity. Your heartbeat is complete with each pulse, yet participates in the larger rhythm of your life, which participates in the longer cycles of human civilization, biological evolution, planetary development, stellar evolution, and cosmic expansion. The edge of each cycle connects seamlessly to the beginning of the next, creating patterns that are both bounded and infinite, finite in their individual expression, yet eternal in their endless repetition and variation. Consider how this applies to consciousness itself. Each thought arises, peaks, and fades in its own natural cycle, yet your stream of awareness continues without beginning or end. Each dream completes its own narrative arc, yet participates in the larger rhythm of sleep and waking that spans your entire life. Even now, as you drift closer to sleep, you're participating in one of the most fundamental cycles of existence, the rhythm between consciousness and rest that allows life to restore itself, integrate new experiences, and prepare for new growth. The universe itself might participate in even grander cycles, expanding and contracting over periods so vast they dwarf the current age of the cosmos. Some theories suggest our Big Bang was just one breath in an eternal cosmic respiratory cycle, with universes being born and dying in rhythms measured in trillions of years. From this perspective, the edges we've been contemplating aren't fixed boundaries, but phases in infinite cycles, moments of transition between different states of being that connect rather than separate, unite rather than divide. In the profound stillness of your deepening rest, we expand our perspective to embrace the full scale of cosmic existence, letting your awareness gently stretch across the vast distances that separate galaxies while remaining anchored in the peaceful rhythm of your breath. Imagine zooming out from your comfortable resting place, rising through the Earth's atmosphere into space, watching the planet shrink to a blue marble suspended in the cosmic dark. Continue expanding your view until the entire solar system becomes visible, the planets reduced to tiny points of light orbiting our modest star. Keep expanding this perspective until our sun becomes just one star among hundreds of billions in the Milky Way galaxy, a vast spiral of light stretching across 100,000 light-years of space. The scale is so enormous that light itself, traveling at 186,000 miles per second, takes 100,000 years to cross from one edge of our galaxy to the other. But even this immense structure is just a small part of a much larger cosmic web. Our galaxy belongs to a local cluster of several dozen galaxies, all bound together by gravity, slowly dancing around their common center of mass. This local group is itself part of a larger supercluster containing thousands of galaxies spread across hundreds of millions of light-years. As your consciousness expands to encompass these scales, something beautiful happens. Rather than feeling lost or insignificant, you begin to experience the profound peace that comes from recognizing your intimate connection to this vast cosmic architecture. The atoms in your body were forged in the nuclear furnaces of stars that belong to earlier generations of galaxies. The heavy elements that make up the rocky planets, including the Earth beneath you, were scattered across space by stellar explosions that occurred billions of years before our solar system formed. You are not separate from this cosmic vastness. You are woven into its very fabric, connected to every star and galaxy through the shared history of matter and energy. The same fundamental forces that hold atomic nuclei together and bind galaxies in their cosmic dance also hold your body together and guide your thoughts and dreams. At the largest scales we can observe, the universe reveals a structure of breathtaking beauty. Galaxies are not randomly scattered through space, but organized into vast networks that resemble neural networks or the delicate filaments of a cosmic web. Long streams of dark matter and galaxies connect in patterns that span billions of light-years, creating a structure so large that it challenges our ability to comprehend it. Between these cosmic filaments lie vast voids, regions of space largely empty of galaxies, cosmic bubbles hundreds of millions of light-years across where very little matter exists. If you could somehow travel to the center of one of these voids, you would find yourself in a region of space more isolated than anything imaginable, with the nearest galaxy so distant that its light would appear as nothing more than the faintest possible glimmer. Yet even in these seemingly empty voids, the mystery of infinite edges persists. The voids themselves are expanding with the universe, growing larger as dark energy stretches the cosmic web. They are bounded by the filaments of galaxies that surround them, yet they could theoretically extend forever through the infinite expanse of cosmic space. This vast cosmic web, with its clusters, filaments, and voids, represents the largest known structure in the universe. But as you rest in deeper peace, consider that this web itself might be just one small section of an even larger pattern. One bubble in an infinite foam of cosmic structures that extends far beyond the edge of our observable universe. The beautiful paradox we've been exploring all evening reveals itself again at these grandest scales. The cosmic web has edges where filaments end and voids begin, yet the pattern itself might extend infinitely in all directions, creating an endless tapestry of structure and emptiness, matter and void, connection and isolation. As you drift closer to sleep, let your awareness expand to embrace this cosmic perspective, while remaining gently anchored in the comfort of your own peaceful rest. You are simultaneously one small arrangement of atoms in a vast universe and a conscious point through which the entire cosmos experiences itself. From the quantum foam that bubbles beneath the surface of empty space to the vast cosmic web that organizes galaxies across billions of light years, reality reveals itself as an infinite hierarchy of structures, each level complete in itself, yet nested within larger patterns that stretch toward endless mystery. As you rest in the deepening embrace of approaching sleep, we turn our attention to the subtle connections that scientists almost overlooked, the hidden threads that weave through the fabric of reality and connect our mystery of infinite edges to the most intimate aspects of existence. For decades after Einstein proposed his theories of relativity, most physicists believed that space and time were merely the stage on which cosmic events played out. But hidden in the mathematics was a profound truth that took years to fully appreciate. Space and time are not separate from matter and energy. They are part of a unified fabric called space-time, which bends and curves in response to the presence of mass and energy. This revelation transformed our understanding of what edges and boundaries mean in the cosmic context. The edge of a massive object isn't where its material surface ends, but where its gravitational influence begins to fade. Every star, planet, and galaxy creates ripples in space-time that extend infinitely outward, growing weaker with distance, but never completely disappearing. In this sense, everything in the universe touches everything else through the medium of curved space-time. The gentle gravitational pull of distant galaxies influences the motion of atoms in your body. The mass of your peaceful, resting form creates its own tiny curvature in space-time, a gravitational field so weak it can barely be measured, but which nonetheless extends throughout the universe. As you breathe slowly and peacefully, consider this hidden connection. Your existence warps the fabric of reality itself. Every breath you take, every beat of your heart, every peaceful thought creates subtle changes in the geometry of space-time that propagate outward at the speed of light, carrying information about your existence to the furthest reaches of the cosmos. Scientists almost missed another crucial connection, one that relates directly to our theme of infinite edges. In the 1960s, researchers studying the cosmic microwave background radiation, the afterglow of the Big Bang, discovered something unexpected. This ancient light coming to us from the edge of the observable universe carries information about quantum fluctuations that occurred in the first fraction of a second after the universe began. These tiny quantum ripples, stretched by cosmic expansion to enormous scales, became the seeds from which galaxies and stars eventually grew. The pattern of matter and energy we observe throughout the cosmos today traces back to quantum uncertainty at the very beginning of time. This discovery revealed a hidden connection between the smallest and largest scales of existence. Quantum mechanics, which governs the behavior of atoms and subatomic particles, left its fingerprint on the structure of the entire observable universe. The edge between the quantum world and the classical world isn't a sharp boundary, but a gradual transition, with quantum effects influencing cosmic evolution across all scales. Your consciousness participates in this quantum cosmic connection. The electrical activity in your brain depends on quantum processes occurring within individual neurons. Some researchers propose that consciousness itself emerges from quantum coherence in neural microtubules, suggesting that your awareness is directly connected to the quantum foundation of reality. As you drift deeper into sleep, imagine the quantum fluctuations occurring within your neural networks, connecting you to the quantum vacuum that permeates all of space. Your dreams and peaceful rest participate in the same fundamental uncertainty that drove the formation of galaxies and the emergence of cosmic structure. The hidden connection scientists almost missed is this: the universe is not composed of separate objects existing in empty space, but is a single, unified field of matter, energy, space, and time, constantly flowing and changing, creating patterns of infinite complexity within finite boundaries. You are not separate from this cosmic field. You are one of its temporary patterns, a localized eddy in the universal flow of existence, connected through quantum entanglement, gravitational influence, and electromagnetic radiation to every other pattern throughout space and time. In the gentle quiet of your deepening rest, we contemplate what our exploration of infinite edges might mean for humanity's future understanding of reality, and how this knowledge will continue to unfold in the years and decades to come. The paradox we've been exploring together, how something can be infinite yet bounded, points toward a fundamental shift in how science approaches the nature of existence itself. For centuries, Western thought has been dominated by either-or logic. Something is either finite or infinite, either bounded or unbounded, either real or imaginary. But the universe, as we've discovered tonight, prefers both and logic. Space can be both curved and flat depending on scale, both finite and infinite depending on perspective, both bounded and unbounded depending on the dimension you're considering. This suggests that future science will need to embrace paradox as a fundamental feature of reality rather than as a problem to be solved. As you rest in peaceful comfort, imagine future generations of scientists developing new mathematical tools capable of handling infinite paradoxes with the same ease that we now handle ordinary arithmetic. These tools might reveal connections between seemingly contradictory aspects of existence, showing how opposites can coexist and even support each other. The study of consciousness, still in its infancy, will likely benefit enormously from this paradoxical thinking. Consciousness itself exhibits the same infinite yet bounded character we've been exploring. Your awareness can expand infinitely through imagination and contemplation, yet it's bounded by the finite structure of your brain and nervous system. Future neuroscience might discover that consciousness, like the universe itself, has multiple edges and boundaries that exist simultaneously. The boundary between conscious and unconscious thought, between individual and collective awareness, between human consciousness and whatever larger forms of awareness might exist throughout the cosmos. Some scientists speculate that consciousness might be a fundamental feature of reality, like mass or electric charge, existing at some level throughout the universe. If this proves true, then our exploration of cosmic edges takes on new meaning. The boundary between the observable universe and the infinite expanse beyond might also be a boundary between local consciousness and cosmic consciousness, between individual awareness and universal mind. The technological implications of understanding infinite edges are profound. Current computing systems are based on binary logic, where everything is either 0 or 1, on or off. But quantum computers, which can exist in superposition states that are both 0 and 1 simultaneously, point toward a future where technology embraces paradox rather than avoiding it. Imagine computational systems that can process infinite possibilities within finite hardware, navigation technologies that can map unbounded spaces within bounded displays, communication networks that connect infinite consciousness through finite physical infrastructure. As you drift closer to sleep, your mind naturally enters a state that demonstrates this infinite bounded paradox. Your dreams will unfold in a mental space that has no physical limits, where you can travel to any destination, meet any person, experience any reality. Yet all of this infinite dream experience occurs within the bounded space of your sleeping brain. This natural demonstration of infinite edges within consciousness suggests that understanding paradox isn't just an intellectual exercise. It's recognition of how reality actually works, how infinite possibility expresses itself through finite forms, how unlimited potential becomes actual experience through the bounded structures of space, time, matter, and mind. Future science will likely discover that the entire universe operates on principles similar to dreaming consciousness, infinite creativity expressing itself through finite forms, unlimited potential actualizing itself through bounded structures, eternal possibility manifesting as temporal experience. As we approach the end of our cosmic journey together, and as you settle into the profound peace that precedes deep sleep, we turn our attention to the ultimate mystery that remains beautifully unsolved, the question that connects all our explorations of infinite edges to the deepest wonder of existence itself. Throughout our journey, we've discovered that the universe can be infinite yet bounded, that edges can be horizons rather than walls, that consciousness can expand infinitely while remaining anchored in finite form. But the deepest mystery of all is the question that has guided our entire exploration. Why does any of this inspire such profound wonder and peace? What is it about contemplating infinite edges that brings such tranquility to the mind? Why does expanding your awareness to cosmic scales, far from making you feel lost or insignificant, actually generate feelings of connection, meaning, and profound rest? The answer, still unsolved by science, touches on the deepest nature of consciousness itself. There appears to be something within awareness that naturally resonates with infinity, something that finds home in paradox, something that experiences peace when contemplating the boundless mystery of existence. Perhaps consciousness and cosmos are more intimately related than we've yet discovered. Perhaps the same principles that allow the universe to be infinite yet bounded also allow awareness to expand infinitely while remaining centered in the present moment. Perhaps the edges we've been exploring aren't just features of physical space, but fundamental characteristics of reality itself, including the reality of mind. As you rest in deepening tranquility, consider this possibility. Your peaceful response to cosmic mystery might be consciousness recognizing itself in the structure of the universe. The infinite bounded paradox we've been exploring might not be just a feature of space and time, but the fundamental nature of awareness itself. Your consciousness right now, in this moment of peaceful rest, demonstrates the same impossible possibility we've been contemplating all evening. Your awareness has no physical boundaries, no edges that can be measured or observed, yet it's clearly associated with the finite structure of your brain and body. It can expand to encompass cosmic scales of space and time, yet it remains intimately present to the gentle rhythm of your breathing. The final unsolved mystery is whether this parallel between consciousness and cosmos is mere coincidence or points toward a deeper truth about the nature of existence. Some philosophers and scientists speculate that consciousness and physical reality are two aspects of the same fundamental phenomenon, two sides of a cosmic coin that encompasses both infinite possibility and bounded actuality. If this is true, then your peaceful contemplation of infinite edges isn't just learning about the universe, it's the universe experiencing and understanding its own nature through the temporary arrangement of matter and energy that experiences itself as you. The mystery remains beautifully unsolved because it touches on questions that may be unanswerable through ordinary means. How does consciousness arise from matter? What is the relationship between mind and cosmos? Why does contemplating infinity bring peace rather than anxiety? Why does recognizing our cosmic connection generate feelings of love and wonder rather than fear and isolation? These questions point toward the ultimate edge, the boundary between what can be known through scientific investigation and what can only be experienced through direct awareness. This edge, like all the edges we've explored tonight, might not be a limitation, but a horizon constantly moving as consciousness expands to embrace ever deeper aspects of cosmic mystery. As you drift into sleep, you cross another kind of infinite edge, the boundary between waking consciousness and the infinite landscapes of dream. In sleep, you'll demonstrate once again how awareness can expand infinitely while remaining safely anchored in finite form, how consciousness can explore unlimited possibilities while the body rests peacefully in bounded space. The final mystery that remains unsolved is the mystery of your own existence, the question of how the universe came to experience itself as you, how infinite cosmic potential came to be focused into the specific pattern of matter, energy, and awareness that experiences itself as your peaceful, contemplative, wonder-filled consciousness. This mystery will continue to unfold throughout your life, each moment of wonder, each experience of cosmic connection, each peaceful contemplation of infinite edges adding new dimensions to the eternal question of what it means to exist in a universe that is simultaneously infinite and bounded, eternal and temporal, cosmic and intimate. Tonight, you've uncovered the beautiful paradox that the universe can be infinite yet have edges, that boundaries can be horizons rather than walls, that expansion can create both connection and separation simultaneously. You've discovered how consciousness mirrors cosmos, how awareness participates in the same infinite bounded mystery that shapes space and time. You've journeyed from Hubble's expanding galaxies to the acceleration of cosmic expansion, from quantum foam to cosmic web, from the edges of observation to the horizons of understanding. Most importantly, you've experienced how contemplating these cosmic mysteries brings not anxiety but peace, not separation but connection, not confusion but wonder. As you drift into sleep, you carry these cosmic truths with you into the infinite landscapes of dream, where your consciousness will continue to explore unlimited possibilities within the gentle boundaries of rest and restoration. Next time, we'll explore another incredible mystery: how time itself might be an illusion created by consciousness moving through higher dimensions, and why this discovery could transform not just science, but our entire understanding of what it means to exist. If this journey brought you peace and wonder, if it helped you drift towards sleep while expanding your connection to the cosmic mystery that surrounds and includes you, then you've experienced the infinite edge where science meets meditation, where knowledge becomes wisdom, where the universe recognizes itself through your peaceful, wonder-filled awareness. Rest well in the infinite cosmos that is your true home. In the profound stillness of your deepening rest, we expand our perspective to embrace the full scale of cosmic existence, letting your awareness gently stretch across the vast distances that separate galaxies while remaining anchored in the peaceful rhythm of your breath. Imagine zooming out from your comfortable resting place, rising through the Earth's atmosphere into space, watching the planet shrink to a blue marble suspended in the cosmic dark. Continue expanding your view until the entire solar system becomes visible, the planets reduced to tiny points of light orbiting our modest star. Keep expanding this perspective until our sun becomes just one star among hundreds of billions in the Milky Way galaxy, a vast spiral of light stretching across 100,000 light-years of space. The scale is so enormous that light itself, traveling at 186,000 miles per second, takes 100,000 years to cross from one edge of our galaxy to the other. As your consciousness expands to encompass these scales, something beautiful happens. Rather than feeling lost or insignificant, you begin to experience the profound peace that comes from recognizing your intimate connection to this vast cosmic architecture.